Hi guys, how are you? Welcome to my channel, Spiritual Dowsy. I'm Dowsy LeMay. I hope all you beautiful souls out there are doing okay wherever you are in the world, and thank you for joining me here on another Sunday Spiritual Chat, November 22nd, 2020. Oh my gosh, we're almost at the end of 2020. But hopefully last week or this week, you guys have been doing okay. I know it was a bit of an inner dive. A lot of you guys had to look at some of the things that you were holding on to. And if you had a tough time, I just want to let you know that you're loved and that I'm sending you a big virtual hug of love and light because everyone's going through the same thing, but you're not alone, and hopefully that helps you. So today I want to talk about a dream that I had and why that feels very pertinent to where we are in our now moment, especially given the vision that I had during meditation and potential eclipses that we are going to be experiencing in the energies for the rest of the year. Now, before I go any further, my truths, my experiences that led me down my own spiritual path, these are mine alone. They don't have to be yours, so use your own discernment. Take what resonates with you and leave the rest. All right. So a while back, I had a dream of an eclipse. I remember distinctly and vividly walking down a trail from a hill or a mountaintop. And as I looked over my right shoulder, I looked up and I saw the sun, and I saw the moon starting the process for the full solar eclipse. And as it got to the pinnacle of being fully eclipsed, I remember distinctly feeling the energy being extremely intense. It was so intense that my entire energetic body, I had to drop down to my hands and knees, and I almost blacked out in my dream. That's how intense this energy was coming through this solar eclipse. Right? It has stayed with me for a while. I think I had this about a year or so ago, and it has stayed with me. And it wasn't until recently that I've realized maybe this dream is relating to what we're going through in the next, for the rest of the year. Because the other day I was sitting in meditation and I was asking about this energy, you know, the solar eclipse, this lunar eclipse that we're coming into in December, and what may happen, what the energy is doing, what's happening with the sun. And so what I got out of that vision was that I saw the sun, and I saw it there shining, and then what I saw was like a pulse. It was like this grand pulse of light that just kind of like boomed out of it, right? Like a wave coming out of the sun. And that wave hit the earth and went through everything. And what I saw specifically was that each person had that energy hit their heart. And in their heart, it ignited a golden flame. Okay. Now the interesting thing was that flame, that wave that hit people in the heart and ignited this golden flame within them, didn't happen to everybody. It happened to a bunch of people, but not everybody. And what I felt was the sense that some people are in alignment with that energy. Some people are a vibrational match to that energy as willing participants and those who've been wanting to become a match to this higher energetics. I don't know whether or not that is a fear-based thing or a separation thing. It was just felt like some people were a match to it and some people were not. And that could have been like a soul choice to say, this is something I don't want to experience, whatever it may be. In any given case, that energy flashing through people's heart, igniting their heart, could be a metaphor for many different things. Yes, it could have a physical type of a reality where the sun does pulse and there's light that comes through this energetic gateway and it hits each of us in the heart, and we ignite this energy within our heart. But that energy or that metaphor could be saying, you know, we are igniting our higher self, right? Or the consciousness of our higher self, and drawing that into the body. We are igniting our light body, right? Our Merkaba. We are igniting our heart as the compassion, love of humanity starting to spread out and be fully embodied by individuals within their consciousness. It could be a plethora of things, many different things. So I don't want you to take it as a physical event, but it could be a metaphysical thing that is happening on many different levels, and could be many different things. Could mean like your DNA is being completely activated, right? We are upgrading and all these things. Our physical body is going to change as well as our consciousness. So I just wanted to have that conversation and share that with you, because I think the combination of the two really is playing out what I believe potentially for this lunar eclipse that we're having end of November on the 30th, and then the solar eclipse that we're having on December 14th. And to me, this energy is going to be very, very intense. It's almost like a light at the end of this tunnel type of experience where we're going to be flooded with so much light. And that light could be anything. It could be light and sound. It could be information. It could be consciousness. It could be whatever. Just understanding that light could be referencing many different things. And to me, I really believe that there is no such thing as a coincidence, and these things are playing out at the end of December for us. So I would expect a lot of things to be brought to the forefront, or people's paradigms to be completely shifted energetically, physically, mentally, emotionally, the whole thing. So expect a very intense month as we move forward into December, as well as we move into this week. So another thing I want to say is that, I don't know about you folks out there who are watching me, but I can sense the energetics in my ears. I hear ringing, right? And as the vibration increases, the ring tone of which I'm experiencing increases and intensifies as well. And so what I feel what this could be is like, think about somatics, right? When you have one level of vibration moving to another level of vibration, right? What happens is as you increase the vibration or you move to another, I say resonance, if you will, the energetic structure that was the previous energy vibration shatters. It goes into a million different places. It doesn't hold any form. And then as it reaches more of a sustained resonance, you see the structure shift and start to reform again. Much like the ringing in my ear when you come into higher vibrational spaces or higher vibrational beings, it's very much that same sense. You're moving from one resonance to another. And I think this light and this energy that's going to be coming through is very much playing out in somewhat the same manner. Because of that, I would expect a lot of the old structures that you have been tied to, that you've had known throughout your entire life, is likely going to fall to the wayside. So be mindful as we move along. Old structures, old paradigms, old thought patterns, old ways of doing things are likely not going to suit the higher vibrational, higher resonance as we move forward. And trying to move back to that, or try to using the same tools that we use in the old energy, aren't going to be as beneficial, or just not going to work anymore. So it is really a new time, which I believe that we're moving into, and we're going to have to find new ways of doing things to align with the vibrational structure of what that new resonance is going to be for us. So hopefully that wasn't too much of a rambling and that made sense. And as I always like to do for Sunday spiritual chats, is talk about the energies for next week. And very much in line with what I just talked about, the biggest theme I will have to say about next week is do not take your situation for granted. Okay? Do not take your situation for granted. The reason is because we are going to have a lot of, for many of the collective, you're going to have a lot of, tower type of moments where your world is going to feel like it's crumbling down, and you're left with this type of idea of trying to figure out how to move through this with non-attachment. All right, you're gonna see, which you have known, the old structures, and you can see it happening right now. The old structures of what you have known are crumbling. The walls are falling over, and what you have always known is falling to the wayside. And that is basically a massive upheaval. An upheaval in your life, in the reality of which you are creating, your social network, the whole thing. Everything is being upheaved, and we are going to have to look within ourselves to find a way to find non-attachment to the things that we are have been so used to. That is not going to come easy, folks. That is not going to be very easy for many of you guys. The theme I would say that follows this is what I would call the dark night of the soul. Many of us on the spiritual path know what that is, but there's always more opportunities to go deeper within ourselves. And I think that this week, as we move forward, is likely going to be another opportunity, although most of us don't like it, to move into the dark night of the soul, because the things that we have held on to, those attachments, so the old thinking patterns, the beliefs, are not going to make it through this night, the dark night, right? It is through the other end where we will find the light, the sun, the energy that is healing, loving, compassion, etc., is going to be available for us. But to even be able to use this light, to be able to use the sun energy pulsing through the sun and hitting our hearts and igniting this golden flame within us, we're going to have a lot of tower moments. We're going to have crumbling of our worlds. We're going to have to deal with trying to find non-attachment to the things that we were holding on to. And without a doubt, it is going to be a hard time. And so therefore, try not to take your situation for granted, right? There's going to be a lot of sacrificing. There's going to be a lot of things that we're going to have to release attachment of, letting go, as we have this kind of unexpected upheaval and the world that we've known is falling apart. So the chakra system that most of us are most likely going to be dealing with is probably the third eye this week as we move forward. You know, many of you guys may have some issues with your third eye, and that is becoming, you know, you're opening that up, or you're having blocks within your third eye. You know, your third eye is tied to intuition, right? And so if you have blocks within your third eye, you're overly logical, you're overly emotional, you get kind of tied into the details, and you're not thinking about the bigger picture. You're often lost within your thoughts, and you are, you're daydreaming and you're avoiding reality. So a lot of these things associated with your third eye is coming about because of the dark night of the soul, and trying to trying to work through these tower moments and finding non-attachment. And this could lead you to feel distrusting of people. You could find struggle in trying to see reality clearly. You could be stubborn and you're just not open-minded. So a lot of these things around the mind and being logical and all that kind of stuff is going to be playing out this week for you. So one of the things that I can tell you is that breath work is going to be really important as you go through this. So if you find yourself in these situations where your world is collapsing, get into a space where you can just reconnect with your breath. Reconnect with your breath so you can get grounded within your physical body and allow yourself to sit with the energies that is coming through and the things that are coming up that need to be integrated. The breath is a great way to connect the entire system so that you can be in a place of non-duality potentially and look at what is important for you. So I hope that helps you. I love you wherever you are in the world. And if you guys have any questions, reach out to me. Take it easy. We'll talk to you soon. Take care.